Church. It is Tuesday, and Tuesdays mean we are sitting down for a chat about worship with Pastor Nathan. How's it going, Nathan?
It's going.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Hanging right in there.
Yes, I think
Social
so.
distancing and all.
I am lucky that I get to come to work because I'm not completely isolated that way. Otherwise, it'd just be me and my dog.
At least you have your dog.
I know. I'm really thankful for that right now.
Yeah, mine is about 1 and he's crazy. So I might send mine over to hang out with you.
Oh, man. No, I like mine because she's calm.
Yeah, mine is not calm. So today, let's talk a little bit about worship and about talk about what goes into the planning of the worships and what you guys are thinking along those lines.
Okay, so planning. Rick and I work together a lot to pick songs that kind of fit with the message that he's talking about and things like that, because we want that to feed into the sermon and it'll kind of all be one big thing that helps us understand something about Jesus or something about our relationship with God. So we try to connect those things in that way. Right now, it's kind of an interesting time. We're looking a little bit at where music might go. I'm trying to find a way to build those in. Like particularly, there's not a lot of young people in church, and we want to see what speaks to them, like not only musically but lyrically. Like what are they thinking about God, and what do they resonate with? And so trying to build in that kind of thing and add that to our repertoire. That's new to me. As a guitar player, I don't explore the cutting edge trends as much, and so that's new territory for me too.
Has it been difficult with trying to do before this virus stuff happened, but trying to combine or trying to do an 8 o'clock service that's really traditional? How much do you have anything to do with the 8 o'clock service, or are you mainly just the 10:45 guy?
No, I'm mainly 10:45. I know some hymns, but I don't know a lot.
Yeah.
And Mary Lou right now picks the songs for 8 o'clock, and that makes it easier for me. I don't know. I may be involved in that in the future, but I don't know a lot of these hymns. I mean, I did grow up in a Methodist church that was singing hymns up until I was about 12, but ironically, like a lot of them are totally different hymns than we're singing here. So I'm having to learn a lot in that department.
With just having the one service, I know we're trying to kind of please both crowds at both. So has that been a little bit of a challenge as you guys have been planning the music?
Yeah, especially because I seriously only know like 12 hymns, and I don't want to overdo it and play the same ones over and over again. So I'm like we were talking about the Easter services right now. I'm getting a little bit of help so that we can actually bring some of those older songs in, because we want to be able to give something that speaks to everybody.
Right. And it's such an interesting time for all of us. We're all trying to figure out what life looks like now and then what it's going to look like in 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, whenever we can get back to whatever normal looks like at that point. So what are we learning some lessons, or have you guys been thinking about how some of the things we've been doing we can kind of keep doing those even when we get back to a normal time, when we have a crowd in the sanctuary?
Yeah, I mean, we were lucky because we were exploring the live stream for the past 6 months. So when this happened, it's like we had somewhat of a foundation underneath us to start operating just live stream only. But there's a lot of stuff that we have to learn. I mean, we were talking about today in staff meeting, there's a lot of people watching that don't go to this church. Well, if we mention somebody's name from the congregation, they probably don't know who that is. They probably don't know who we are. And we're trying to think about things like that. And I don't know. We have to try to make a guess, but I don't know what's going to happen when we all come back together, because some people are going to be so excited because we haven't seen each other in so long. Well, maybe there's some people who prefer watching on live stream, and they stay, at home with their breakfast and their coffee, and they have church there with their family. I have no idea. So we have to try to somewhat think ahead. How might this change the way people experience Sunday morning, like in the long term? And the best we can do is guess and try to make some predictions and preparations for that.
Yeah, we've been kind of pleasantly surprised. I mean, just it's been great the numbers that we've been getting on the live streams between the app and Facebook and YouTube. So is that kind of, I mean, as an artist and as a worship dude, does that kind of blow your mind a little bit to think, you know, you came in thinking, hey, I'm going to play in front of a couple hundred people, and then boom, not only that, but you're playing in front of, we had a crowd of like 800 watching on Saturday or on Sunday. So
yeah, I'm trying to get used to it.
yeah,
I was nervous when I first got hired. I was like, what, they're live streaming? Because sometimes I'll try to memorize the words and I'll get some wrong, and that makes me nervous because now I'm on the, you can make a blooper reel of all the stupid stuff that I've said or mistakes that I've made while playing a song, or you know, things like that. But it's a good thing too, because I'm learning to just kind of try to be myself, like be who I am and be comfortable with me in front of a camera.
yeah.
And I think there's a benefit to that. I mean, we can more or less learn to be ourselves all the time, you know. I don't know. It's a new dimension. It really is.
For everyone, I think.
Yeah.
Well, can we talk into playing a couple songs for us? Awesome.
All right, so the song I'm going to play today is called Song of Hope, Heaven Come Down, and it's by the Robbie C. Band. And there's a line that I really like in the song in the second chorus, and it's just to know you and be loved is enough. And I like that line because it's kind of something I'm trying to figure out how to do myself. Just be content. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in life that can be disappointing or discouraging, but having that idea to just focus on being content with the fact that God loves me regardless of some of the mistakes I've made or still make, I think that's a really powerful thing to focus on. And so that's one reason I really like this song. All things God of heaven, come down. Heaven, come down. Oh, God of heaven, come down. Heaven, come down. Oh, God of
We need like an applause button we can hit. Thank you very much. You can't jump off the stage this time. You're down below. Perfect. We'll see you next week.